The house, off the phone, away from your shows that you watch. We don't watch, Jerry, we're streaming. We're streaming. Everybody's streaming. We're flowing. I'm gonna stream. Are you? You're just a helpless dead lady just spinning on top of the ball. Certainly not a stream of consciousness. You're barely conscious when you watch these shows late at night, lying in there with the remote in bed. You want to watch one more? Yeah, put the show on. I thought we finished that show. Did they kill everybody? No, there's one more guy. They gotta kill one more guy. Start the next show. Fine. Start the next show. The next show is the same guy with a beard and different hair. He was homeless in the last one. Now he's the president. Who cares? Just play the goddamn thing. I like the TV light on my face. Helps me fall asleep. Car crashes. Why are people so pushy about wanting you to watch whatever stupid show it is that they watch? What do they get out of it? Jerry, you have to watch what I am watching. Okay, I'll check it out. All right, but the first 4 seasons are not good. Just you gotta grind it out, talk it out, pound it out. Why? I want you to go through what I do. What do you think my favorite TV show is? Yes, my favorite. Seinfeld. I am Seinfeld. Why would I watch Seinfeld? Does that make any sense? Would you go up to your bathroom mirror and go, this is fantastic? I love this show. I'm in every episode. Superman, that's a good guess. But no. Friends, no. Here's my theory on Friends. My show came out 89, 90. Friends came out a few years later. I think NBC was watching my show and went, hey, this is working pretty well. Why don't we try the same thing with good-looking people? And it was a good idea. It did work, actually. My favorite show is the Flex Seal commercial that comes on late at night. If you don't know what Flex Seal is, it's about people with leaks. Water, dripping, seeping, moisture. If you have any kind of wetness in your life, get Flex Seal, get it! Do not look into it. It's done. If you like the guy, you will like the show. I like Flex Seal because I like Phil Swift, who is the TV spokesman for Flex Seal. Phil does not seem to think you can hear him. I don't know what they told him before they shot this. Listen, Phil, these people you're talking to, water is pouring in their house. Everyone is screaming, they are running around with buckets, mops. You have got to project. And he does. He's got good energy, good smile, nice little weight problem going for himself. I like that. He's real, relatable. Looks like he's had a lot of leaks in his life. And no, I do not think it is relevant that it's $19.99 for a can of Flex Seal to fix a hole in a bucket, and I know I can get a new bucket for $3.99. The point of Flex Seal is just to use it, but if you don't have a leak, you cannot. They don't talk about that in the commercial, but I can tell you it's pretty frustrating when you have the solution, but you do not have the problem. So what is there for me? Nothing. Just the commercial, night after night, dreaming my Flex Seal fantasies. Maybe someday by mistake I'll buy a boat that has a screen door built into the bottom. Or I'll buy 2 halves of a boat that are not glued together from a divorce settlement or something. I don't know how a salesman could convince me to buy either of these 2 boats, but I know what the hell I'm going to do about it. And the next scene is me and Phil Swift just zipping through the Everglades. Me and my screen door bottom boat, Phil, and his 2 halves in a boat, glued glued back together and we're laughing our fat asses. That's my dream. It's not a wet dream. Thanks for Flex, too. This is my wife's addition to my show this evening, hydration. Wives like to hydrate their husbands. You need to hydrate, Jerry. You're doing your little show at home. You must constantly hydrate. You know what can happen when you're good with hydration? You could get dehydrated. Wouldn't I get thirsty first? No, there's no time. According to the fitness people on TV, if you feel thirsty, you're too late. What do I do then? Try and catch the pieces of your face that dry up and crack off. It's true, the only thing you see out on the street are people with a giant drink in one hand and a communication device in the other. I'm down to 14 ounces. What is your current location? I just had a latte. I'm going to get a green tea. I'll meet you at the juice bar. When we were kids, we'd have one sip from the school water fountain, run for 28 straight hours. What the hell happened here? People come over my house, my wife says, did you offer them something to drink? I assume wherever they were, they were drinking it. Every car has 18 cup holders. We got a mini mart every 4 feet in this country. I like the mini mart. It's small, but it's tight. There's no wasted space in the mini mart. Got a half inch open, put a chopstick in there. It's all night. The drink section is huge. Wall to wall, floor to ceiling, all glass. What are you getting? Shut up, I don't know. I gotta figure out where I'm at now. Who I am, what to drink to become who I want to be. Because they have every possible combination and confusion and diffusions. They make infusions. They make alcoholic coffee drinks. How rare is that set of circumstances where you want to be whatever the opposite of tired and sober is? I'm getting trashed and alert tonight, I'll tell you that. I know my car was all over the road, officer. I second it. Coffee, as we know, is the most important part of a human's life. That's how I feel. And I think it's quite possible when we get to the end of this life, our last thought in the final seconds might not be about a relationship or accomplishment. It might be, that was good coffee. I really enjoyed my coffee in the morning. Everything after that kind of burned my ass. The coffee was great. I hate tea. Hate it! Tea has no idea how hard life is. Name me one other thing besides coffee that has been in your life 100% on your side every day, every cup. Come on, let's go, me and you, we can do this. That's coffee. Tea is light brown tinted, see-through water. People trying to jam honey and lemon in to defibrillate some life into this useless piss. Coffee understands the brutality, the ugliness, the rudeness of morning light, slicing into your crusted shut puffy eyelids. When your only thought is, I really can't move, I can't move. I'm not kidding. I would much prefer to not be alive today. That is where we start every morning with the hideous, horrible sunrise of life. What is tea going to do for you in that situation? Tea's attitude is, oh, I didn't even know you were here. Would anyone like a cucumber sandwich? No. You know, tea does have some caffeine, Jerry. That's a fact. Yes, trace elements are not going to turn no sleep, a fight with your wife, and a bad attitude into a productive day. Neither will trying to grab a saggy wet bag of leaves, swing it around at the end of a string so I can choke it out like Luca Brasi. All those pussified tea names, Darjeeling, chamomile, jasmine. What am I, in a whorehouse on the bayou here? I got work to do. Give me some Joe. Let's go. I need boots on the ground. Life is simple. Coffee if you want to survive, tea if you don't. Hydration. What else goes on in the kitchen? People say being a comedian is a risky job. Maybe it is, but not as risky as the life of the kitchen sponge that is sitting on your sink right now. That for some reason is always pushed to go so far past its natural intended function. After weeks and months of scrubbing and scraping, it must think this has got to be my last day. But the next morning, the kitchen light comes on, the sponge looks up. Are you kidding me? More! Do you not see what I've become? I used to be thick and juicy. Now I am faded and thirsty. When I dry out overnight, I'm contacts. Why didn't we get the 3-pack so I have some backup? Or is this how it ends? In with the filth I've been trying to clean my whole life. Like a grave digger getting a heart attack on his last day and just falling in the hole. And I know I'm just a sponge, but even for me, that's a lot to absorb. I just got back from a nice family vacation, or what I like to call, let's pay a lot of money to go fight in a hotel. Let's fight on bikes. Let's fight about how well behaved those other children seem to be. I wonder if they were out on the hotel balcony last night with $12 mini bar cashews trying to hit the other guests in the head. I do not vacation well. I hate going. My wife hates going with me. The kids hate going. I go every single time anyway. What's the difference of doing one more thing I don't like on top of not liking anything anyway? When I do something that I do not enjoy, it does not bother me. That is what I'm used to. I am a very happy person, hating everything throughout my entire life. If I did something I wanted to do, my idea, my choice, 50-50 chance I'd win like that. We've all been alive enough to know most things are not good. Leave your house, come home. How was it? They were trying to make it like, it doesn't matter. My poor wife, she gets upset when I have a bad time. I don't. I knew it was going to suck. And now I'm going to complain about it, which is something I do enjoy. Oh, they have a zip line. Great. Let's risk decapitation to find out what it feels like to be dry cleaning. And I'm sure if any one of us does get seriously hurt, we'll do well navigating the court system in this fifth world island nation that seems mostly to be run by Komodo dragons. Wait a minute, Jerry, we got a jet ski. Jet ski! Woo! Anytime people go, woo, they're just trying to drown out the other voice in their head that says, kill yourself. Your life is horrible. Woo! But the jet ski, it is fun. It's fun. It's a pretty amazing jet-propelled water propulsion device that nobody uses to go anywhere. You just jet ski to jet ski. It's a Buddhist teaching moment. The pointlessness of everything. Master, why do we jet ski? We jet ski to jet ski. Boom. Well, the big jet ski idea is I'm going to catch up to my friend on the other jet ski. So you travel thousands of miles, spending thousands of dollars. So instead of having a conversation with your friend, you can now talk to them like this. They had a golf cart. I don't know what the place this was. I don't know what island. One of those islands. I don't know the name of it. I don't know the name of the resort. I just black out the whole thing. Whatever obnoxious rich person type place that you would imagine me going, that's what it was. Whatever you're picturing, York. So every room had a golf cart, so you could go faster from something that sucks to something that blows. I don't play golf, I don't like golf, I don't understand golf. To me, the letters in the word golf could only possibly stand for get out, leave family. All my friends play, you would love it, Jerry. You don't give it a chance. If you gave it a chance, you would love it. You would find it very challenging. Yes, I think that I would. I would also find it challenging trying to throw a tic-tac 100 yards in the shoebox. In the fantasy mind of the golfing father, when he comes home, the family will come running out to hear the exciting stories of his golfing adventures. In reality, no one is even aware that he has left or returned from 8.5 hours of idiotic hacking through sand and weeds while driving drunk in a clown car through a bit. No, this microphone is better than that. That's right. And one piece of equipment here, microphone doesn't work. How did they put on Cirque du Soleil in this place? But you do, whatever your family wants to do, you just go, you do it. I do it, you do it. If my family, if they wanted to do that Titanic submersible thing, I would have done that. I would have gotten in that thing. I never saw the brochure. I don't know how you get into it. Let's do it. How stupid do you have to be? We're going to go visit the Titanic. You idiot! No, you're not. Did you see the inside of that thing? It's like a giant kazoo. The captain had a Game Boy controller. The window was like a toilet paper roll. That's how small it was. What are you going to see 7 miles? Oh, I see what happened here. This ship sank. Check it out. That's why it never made it to New York. Take a look. You're not going to see anything down there. It's dark. The fish have eyes like Shelley Duvall. They got a bending straw with a work light hanging off the end of it. I can't see a goddamn thing either down here. And if you are the Titanic, how do you feel? 100 years later and I'm still killing people? This is fantastic. They said I was done. I still got it, baby. I'm Titanic. I'm taking it out. I'm married, I have 3 kids. I was there at the birth of all 3. Obviously, one of the most traumatic moments in the human experience. Anytime 2 people walk into a room and 3 come out, something clearly took place of significance in the room. At the end of life, we go back basically into the same room, same bed, same machines around, and again, a different number of people coming out in. But that's the human being business, which we're all in, and is no different from any other business. You've got to turn the inventory, keep the supply chain moving, bring out new products on a regular basis. That's the hospital's job. Get them in, get them out. The hospital is rest, cleanliness. If it doesn't work out, we help you move on. The sign says hospital, but it could also be Bed Bath and Beyond. To accommodate the constant influx of new humanity, we must build taller buildings, bigger airports, wider highways, cemetery, same size. Why do we never need to adjust the size of the cemetery? How are they getting the population of these giant cities into a couple of kickball fields on the outskirts of town? They never expand the cemetery. You've never seen a new cemetery open up with flags, banners, and that windy blow-up guy out front. That'd be a good promotion for a cemetery. He's alive. He's dead. He's dead. He's alive. Hotels, restaurants, flights, concerts, sold out, booked up, no room. Cemetery, somebody croaks. Send them in. We got a slot. No problem. How do they always have room? Really? How? What's going on with all of that green grass? Do they have a Tetris game going under there? Once all the coffin boxes line up, it just drops down and you start a fresh row? I'm not a huge fan of parent culture of my own generation. What happened to us as parents? Why did our generation, why did we get so into it? When we were kids, our parents didn't give a damn about us. They didn't know our names. You were born to people. You lived in their house. The day you moved out, you turned around and that was insane. I did not understand 90% of the last 18 years, but I appreciate it and will be back to visit the minimum acceptable number of times. We could not wait to get out of that house. Our kids can't wait to stay right where they are. Why? What for? It's great here. When my kids were little, the pre-bedtime rituals to get them to sleep at night was like a royal coronation, silver jubilee centennial. That is how many ceremonies and procedures had to take place. It began with my wife and I picking up the back of their little bathrobes, holding it off the floor as we proceeded down the hall, brushing, flossing, black rinse, and dental appliances. From there to the bedroom, to the pillow arrangement, blanket adjustment, and stuffed animal semicircle of emotional support. I had to read each kid 8 different moron books before they go to sleep. You know what my bedtime story was? Darkness.
Yeah.
Lights Out was my favorite story. Dad, tell me Lights Out one more time. It's only 2 words. good to get away from your phone. I don't want to. I'm really tired of people. I don't. Why don't people? This is the worst thing you could ever do. I got to show you this thing on my phone. Oh, Jesus. I do not want to look at anybody else's phone. Number one reason I have to stop looking at my phone. Turn my head, drop it down onto your smudgy screen with your beat up page. And if your screen is cracked, I'm out. I'm not looking through cracked glass. I don't wear cracked glasses. I don't look through cracked windshields. I don't want to see the crack of dawn, the crack in your ass. I say we stay on our own phones, looking at our own stuff, with our heads down, and just ride this disaster of humanity into the ground where it belongs. My wife and daughter went to one of the last Taylor Swift shows. I know. But you see the pictures of the stadiums of them at those shows? Everybody with the phone. And then somebody always says, isn't that terrible? People trying to just get something on their stupid phone instead of experiencing their life. I would say, what life are you talking about? They have no life. They have a phone, that's it. Your job is to help your phone experience its life. And if it sees anything good, it'll save it and show it to you in 8 years. A little thing will pop up 8 years ago today. Press that and experience your life. You go, oh, I remember that, except you don't, you're too busy looking at the goddamn phone. So as I said, yes, I am married, and I love being married. I didn't think I would. I got married late in life. I was in my 40s. Most comedians don't do well with marriage. As you can see, we like to be married. But I'm very happily married, and I even recommend marriage to other people, despite whatever it is I'm about to say. I am married for 25 incredible years. 25. That's pretty good. All marriage year numbers get applause from audiences. It's a similar applause to when an injured athlete is carted off the field on a stretcher. Sounds very similar. We applaud for obvious pain. You hear the number of years ago, well, that happened. Anyone can get married. It's easy. But marriage is, I think people like marriage because they kind of love pain in a way. I live in New York City. We had the marathon a couple months ago. We don't know why these idiots are doing this. But we all run out onto the street to encourage them, don't stop or the pain will stop. Marriage itself is a type of marathon. When I hear about someone or see someone that has been married a long time, sometimes I hand them a cup of water as they go by. Hang in there, keep going. Yeah, no, there's no finish line, just try and stay hydrated. Yeah, 2 words, all you gotta say, you get married. I do, that's it. You don't get to ask, I do what? We're not gonna get into that right now. It's a quick thing, we want to get you out of here. You're not gonna believe the size of the project we just started. Marriage is a build-it-yourself, at-home project. The difference between marriage and single is the difference between a 10,000-piece Lego set and a battery-operated cymbal clapping monkey. Lego is more complicated. You will find pieces in your Lego that do not fit, do not connect, and do not go well with any of the other pieces. They are from another person they were with before they met you. That's okay. It's a Lego. It's a short for let it go. Because marriage is an adult education experience. My degree is in lipology, which is the study of fine female facial movements. Eyebrow angles, dental alignment, nostril expansion, oxygen for enhanced emotional expressiveness. Being a wife is an art. Being a husband is a science. We calculate. We listen for louder than usual closings of doors or drawers. That sounds different. Something is happening. Over the years, I have developed a number of techniques, systems, and strategies for marriage. I'm going to go through a few of them now with you. If you hear anything that you like, please just take it, use it yourself. Number one, I do not ask my wife any questions ever about anything. You want a long marriage? Leave your wife alone. She's at it. You ask her out on a first date. You ask her to marry you. From her perspective, these are the only two really interesting things you've said so far. No one is thinking you've got more where that came from. If I see an object or item of furniture in my house that was not there before, I do not ask. Where did that come from? Because what is the difference? Where it came from, it's here now. Things go from one place to other places. This is the place where this thing now is. And that concludes this briefing. If at some future point I see that that item is no longer there, I do not ask. Hey, where did that thing go? Not here is where it went. Gone is its new location. I'm glad I'm still there to tell you the truth. Because I see a lot of stuff moving in and out all day long. Number two. If my wife mumbles something, or for whatever reason I didn't quite hear what she said, I do not go, what? What was that you said? If you didn't hear it, it's over. Forget it. Move on. Do not make your wife rewind or backtrack. They don't like it. They want to move forward. Wives are like sharks. They just got to keep going forward. Come, attack, reproduce, take care of the kids. That's it. Husbands are like dolphins, jumping out of the water, spinning in the air, making a huge splash. His wife is like, what are you doing? It's one of those things I can do. Get back in the water, we live in the water. Dolphins love doing idiotic things to entertain humans. Sharks do not. Not one shark has ever performed at SeaWorld. Not one. Never had one. Why are you going to ask? Perform? Yeah, I can perform. How about I take a huge jagged bite out of your stupid ass? I'm going to book that gig right now. You got 2 butt cheeks to do an early show and a late show. Well, Jerry, if you don't ask your wife anything, how do you know what is going on around the house? That's a fair question. I know what is happening in my house by listening in on my wife when she is talking on the phone to other people. I don't know who she talks to, but she tells me. So when I hear her talking, I'm like a deer in the woods that was drinking from a stream. But then suddenly hears the snap of a twig. Alerting me to something important in my area. It's how I find out everything. Who's coming over? Places I might be going. What kind of a mood I've been in the past 3 days. Are there gaps in my knowledge? Huge. The inside of my husband's head is like a vast open prairie extending endlessly to the horizon. Sometimes a lonely tumbleweed rolls by. I think that was something she wanted me to pick up on the way home. They say knowledge is power. I find the less I know, the better off I am. When my wife tells me what we're doing, it doesn't matter if I know about it or not. Why would I have a conversation with my wife about what I thought was happening? Who would benefit from that? It would make as much sense for me to explain to the dog what the plans are for the rest of his day. He does not care or need to know. Poop bags, frisbees, tennis balls, leashes. He finds out when he's doing it just like me. Dogs and husbands both understand. Just be ready to go out. When you hear the keys on your feet, we're moving. I think men secretly love being married even more than women. I think husbands, sacrifice more for marriage than women. Where are you going with this, Jerry? I hope you know what you're doing here. Let's see where it goes. For a woman to get a man to marry her, she has to pretend to be someone she is not for 2 to 4 years of her life. It is exhausting, it is difficult, it is somewhat dishonest, but it has been a fabulous system for thousands of years, and I don't want to show you. You ladies do whatever the hell you have to do. Hopefully the charade works, the wedding takes place, the curtain comes down, and the show is over. In the second act of the play, the curtain comes back up. The husband now comes out on stage and pretends to be someone he is not for decade after decade after decade. No rest. No intermission. The only break we get is in the bathroom, and that's why we're in there so long. Rehearsing these idiotic lines we have to say, like, no, I don't care about missing the game. This tastes great, love what you're wearing. We should see more musicals and renew our vows. Oh, women just want to get married. That's the cliche that we have all heard. Is it true? Who's doing the asking? Who is on one knee begging? Please, take this perfect single life that I have finally got exactly the way I want and destroy it. Take everything I have. I've got the ring, the box, the diamond, the hardest substance known to man. how hard I want my life to be. That's what it represents. The diamond engagement ring, what a racket this is. This is a very rare stone, Mr. Seinfeld. You can't find this. Really? I just did. I wasn't even looking for it when I found it. I was trying not to find it. Jewelry stores and funeral homes are basically the same business. We want to sell expensive, creepy, weird, nonsensical things to people who are in such an emotional, mental tailspin from what's going on in their life. When they hear the prices, they don't go, what did you say? And whenever they're buying it for someone they are convinced is an incredibly special person. To which I would say, maybe. Maybe they are. Or maybe when you've got the ring and you're taking the vow at the altar and you're here till death do us part, that you realize, hey, I'm getting nailed on both ends of this thing. Whether it's a marriage or a mortuary, engaged or embalmed, get ready for a box and a beatdown. But it's a beautiful thing. Divorce I don't really get. Fine, you want to get divorced? You want another different crazy person? It's like breaking in a new baseball glove. I can see if the next person you're with has been married before. But if they haven't, so now I gotta put the ball in the glove and the rubber bands around it and put it under the mattress, sleep on it for 2 weeks. And if the new person has never been married, that's a catcher's mitt. You're breaking in a catcher's mitt. You're gonna work that leather. Yeah, so that is why a great deal of effort is put into the wedding to make these people seem attractive and ready to go and functioning, not the adoption of a rescue pet that is pathetic, bewildered, and lost, which is what it really is. But there's something about that person, right? Something about them touched you. You wanted to bring them into your life. You wanted to look after them. And if it were not for you, they would have been put down probably a long time ago. You know, if you're sitting with your husband or wife here tonight, do not look over at them during this next part. So, because each one of you thinks I'm talking about the other one, which I am. I am not talking about you. You are doing a great job. I'm talking about this other person next to you. Marriage works when each person thinks they're the one keeping this insane, ridiculous mess together, which you are, not the other. I would like to speak with now, very briefly, for a moment. Okay, obviously you are the only actual functioning member of this team. I talk to your partner like that, so they feel they have some purpose and value. Even though you and I know if they walked out the door tomorrow, things would only run smoother. You wouldn't have to help them figure out, find my iPhone while they're holding the phone right there. Or missing a turn that Waze has been telling you for 2 miles where to turn. 0.1 miles, 100 feet, and there it was. Guess we're not going there. None of that matters. You're doing a great job with your rescue. Look at how good you're doing from when you first started working with them, marching around the house now. Going, I've got a lot to do today. Yes, you do. So many things, and I can't wait for dinner to hear what a disaster it all was. But I have to say, I think it's a beautiful thing. When I see all these married couples that I see here tonight, there's something beautiful about that you're out, you're together, you're side by side, you're operating as a unit. And I always hope that you No, you are at the highest level of marriage right now. You're like the little plastic bride and groom on the top of the wedding cake. That's why they put it at the top. That's the goal, to just be standing next to each other in dress shoes on slippery buttercream. And somehow keeping it together while friends and family are slicing pieces out from underneath. Thank you, Omaha.